Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my weekly Scripture for Thoughts video show, a Manhattan special, all up in Union Square Park, Union Square, Manhattan, New York City, where everybody works hard, hustle the wise way, do a down payment investments, be all clean as 50. All up in Union Square Park, Union Square, Manhattan, New York City. Now, I'm the host of the most great Bible discussion group leader and self-independent Reverend Mnhtn Walker. And now, here's my sermon topic. When you give it all you got, when you think that and feel that your best is not good enough, remember this: whoever first will be last, but whoever last will be first. And now, it's that time once again to show you love to me, your favorite great Bible discussion group leader, and to me, your favorite self-independent Reverend Mnhtn Walker. Show you love to me right now. Yes, thank you everybody for cheers, applause, and standing ovations. Thanks for the love. Now we're gonna go to the sermon topic. When you give it all you got, and when you think and feel that your best is not good enough, remember this: whoever first will be last, whoever last will be first. Now part one is Gideon from the book of Judges. One day when Gideon was looking around, just trying to help out his family with his flocks, then an angel came to Gideon and said, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." And then Gideon said, "Who am I to be called a mighty warrior? I'm the smallest of my family. I'm the youngest of my people, of my family." And then the angel said to Gideon, "Just take your prunes and turn it to hooks, and turn your plows into swords. God is with you, great mighty warrior, and God will help you beat armies that you least expect." So Gideon did exactly what God has told him to do, and then Gideon led the Israelites. They beat up the bully armies of the Mnhtnites and the Amorites and the Ammonites, and they restored their crops and harvests. Part one is Gideon from the book of Judges, and when you give it all you got, when you think and feel that your best is not good enough, remember this: whoever last to be first, whoever first to be last. Now part two is Peter. Of course, Peter tried so hard to get all the fish in the evening all the way into the nighttime, but he ain't got nothing. He felt like he was the pitifulest of fishers. But when Jesus came on the scene and preached between the boats, and then Jesus said to Peter, hey Peter, hey Simon, let down for a net for a little farther for the catch of a fish. And then Peter said, hey, we tried all day, all night long to catch all fish. We ain't got nothing. Because you say so. And then Peter did exactly what Jesus said. And then Jesus started preaching some more. And then Jesus said to Peter, lift out for the net. And then when Peter lifted out the net, it was like 163 fish. It was much more than he could handle. And then Peter bowed down to Jesus and said, away from me, Lord, I'm a sinful man. And then Jesus said to Peter, from now on, Peter, from now on, Simon Peter, you'll be fishers of men. Now this pitifulness of fishers, with the will of Jesus, he had caught a big net of fish by Jesus' command. He was the last person that became first. And then part two is Peter in the book of Luke, chapter 5. And when you give it all you got, when you think and feel your best is not good enough, remember this: the last the first will be last, and the last will be first. Now my third example is David. Of course, David was the youngest of Jesse's children, and then he was a small little man, but he was a shepherd that was heartless and fought against the beasts that tried to eat the sheep. Then all of a sudden, one person came to David after he slew Goliath, and then David said, "Who am I? I'm just a poor man, a little known." But later on in his life, when he slayed down all these, with him and his Israeli armies slayed down all the bully armies of the other foreign armies, then later on David became King David, and he was the last of the last. He became the first. He became one of the first. He became one of the greatest kings of Israel. And now part three is David in the book of 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, and when you give it all you got, when you think and feel your best is not good enough, remember this: whoever first will be last, whoever last will be first. Now the last example is Philip, one of Jesus' disciples. Of course, Philip questioned Jesus about the distributions of like 500 people of food by Jesus' command and prayer. And he distributed the food and by his own command, because he felt sorry for the people. He was like sheep without a shepherd. So he taught them in many things. And then Philip, he went on after Stephen, the witness, got killed by Saul that was later named to Paul. Then Philip came into the little town of Samaria. Then he preached the word about Jesus Messiah there. He did many miracles. He did healing. He did many encouragements to the people of Samaria, and he was called one of the great men, one of the great preachers of Samaria. Philip in the Gospels and in the book of Acts. Now my fourth example is part four is Philip. Part four is Philip and the Jesus Gospel and the book of Acts. And when you give it all you got, when you think and feel that your best is not good enough, remember this: whoever first becomes last, whoever last becomes first. Now the next time when you have a hard task that your superiors gave to you, and you feel that you have a hard time, you can't get it done, remember what I preached to you. Remember when you give it all you got, when you think and feel that your best is not good enough, remember this: whoever first will become last, whoever last become first. And now it's that time once again to show your love to me, your favorite great Bible discussion group leader, and to me, your favorite self-independent Reverend, Mnhtn Walker. Show your love me right now. Yes. Thank you, everybody, for cheers, applause, and salvation. Thanks for the love. And now my conclusion sums up the sermon topic. My conclusion sums up the sermon topic. Now, my sermon topic, that conclusion sums up the sermon topic. When you give it all you got, when you think and feel that your best is not good enough, remember this: whoever first will become last, whoever last will become first. Now, as for my weekly Scripture for Thoughts video show, a Manhattan special, all up in Union Square Park, Union Square, Manhattan, New York City, whereby works hard, hustle the wise way, do a down payment investments, be all clean and spiffy. Open Union Square Park, Union Square, Manhattan, New York City. Now as for me, your host of the most, great Bible discussion group leader and self-independent Reverend Mnhtn Walker will be saying, Baba Solo Adeta for rap.